poppin', y'all? Welcome back to my channel. It's your girl Daisha coming to you again with another video. So today my vlog is going to get a little personal. I've kind of been getting some requests to kind of talk about this topic, and I kind of have grown comfortable enough to just go ahead and share my story. So today I'm going to be talking about how I found out I was 15 and pregnant, how I got over that devastation, and how I just turned that into motivation to continue to strive and to continue to do what I thought I was supposed to be doing, and how I eventually went on to become a college graduate. So if that sounds like something you guys are interested in, grab your snacks, kick back, and come on in and listen to my story. So when I was about 12 years old, I think I was 12, yeah, I met this guy that just, oh my God, knocked me off my feet. Oh my gosh, I love this dude. Like, we were in such puppy love. He had me doing the stupidest things. Like, if you think back to when you were young and dumb and doing stuff, that probably was me. Like, just puppy love, first kiss, first love, everything. So we went on a date for a few years, up until the point where I was 15 years old, and that was when this guy convinced me, to listen to him rather than listening to my parents, my mom, my dad, my grandparents, my uncle, everything that everybody had ever instilled into me, and I listened to him instead. And I did something, I broke a promise to my mom, my dad, everybody. This moment was a big, no. And it's just like, when everybody's telling you, no, don't do it, or you can't do it. Because my mom, she did not like the guy. My dad's a real easygoing guy. He just kind of wants the best for everybody. Not saying that my mom doesn't, but my mom, she's gonna be more vocal because she's like, nah, not my baby. And my dad, he never really gave me the okay, but he never just came out and said he didn't like him either, and so after this moment, I kind of immediately knew that I was pregnant. It was just like I knew when I was. And so days would go by, days and days after my cycle was supposed to come. It never came. And so I was texting this guy, I'm like, hey, still nothing here. And that would happen day after day after day, and he would just be like, it's gonna come, it's gonna come, it's gonna come. And after so long, I just kind of got tired of hearing that, because it hasn't came and you're not helping me. Like, I felt like I was the only one dealing with it at the time, because he eventually stopped asking. Like, he thought it just came. I remember one day I linked up with him and he was so happy because I didn't text him that day, and I'm like, no, it still has not came, and so he just he's like, well, what do you want to do? Do you want to keep it? And I'm just thinking, like, that's when we started to think of solutions. At the time, I was number one in my class, y'all. I was valedictorian of my 2014 class at Arkansas High. I was tied anyway. I was tied with somebody else. And so this news was devastating to me. Like, this was heartbreaking. And so I started to look up ways that I could possibly, get rid of it without my mom knowing. It was just, I really went there because I was 15, scared, and pregnant, and I just did not know what to do with myself. I think the first true moment that I realized I was pregnant was, so after the third day of drinking some orange juice and puking it up, I think I kind of convinced myself, like, something's not right here. The first day I did it, I didn't think nothing of it. The second day, I'm thinking, well, maybe is this orange juice bad? The third day, it was just like, okay. I couldn't even make it off the school bus, y'all, without having the urge to throw up. And I used to run track. I was actually pretty good. I ran varsity as a freshman. I got a state ring and everything. And I used to have to walk this little trail to get to the track. And one morning I just could not stop throwing up, and people were seeing me and stuff, and I was just like, oh my God, this is bad. I know it got to the point to where I started to look bad. I had friends that be like, oh my God, we want our pretty friend back. Like, what happened to you? What's going on? Are you okay? Even my mom started to notice, you know, slight changes, of course, because she's my mom. And I tried to camouflage it by like wearing big t-shirts and, you know, baggy clothes, because I was a little girl, so I didn't really show it first. And I can just remember trying to hide it. And one day I remember like driving down the street, and I literally had to stop the car, and I was throwing up. Or my mom was driving, and she was like, "Girl, are you pregnant?" And I was like, "No, no, no." Pretty sure she knew then, but it was just like, I kept on trying to lie, kept on trying to hide it. So I just kept on lying, kept on hiding it. I actually won my state championship ring that year, because I knew we were going to win. And at this point, I was like 3 months and pregnant, but I just couldn't give up because I had worked so hard. And I was like, no. And I knew I was pregnant, so I knew I might not ever get the chance to get another one. So I just kind of dealt with the pains just to get my state ring, because I knew like, I'm pregnant, I'm probably not going to get another chance to do this. So I just kind of stuck with it, got my ring. Cool, got my ring, but hey, you're still 3 months pregnant and hiding it from your parents. So I always just go stay with my dad. So June came around, I went to stay with my dad for the summer. And I can remember getting a phone call from my mama one day, y'all. She was like, "Girl, you'll never guess what I just heard." And I was like, "What, girl? What you just hear?" And she was like, "You pregnant." Stomach like touched my butt, y'all. It just dropped like so bad. And you know me getting defensive, still scared, still trying to lie. I was like, "No, what?" You know, people always lying on me. They always come my name in their mouth. Oh my god. And I remember the lady that told my mama her kids had her own issues, and I was like, "You need to worry about them," you know, just trying to divert the attention away from me. And my mama was like, "Okay, you know, I knew there was a lie, not my baby," all this, you know, going along with the story. So I thought I had a little more time. Wrong. So I remember my dad and his wife being in the room for about an hour. They were in there for a little minute. But I didn't think nothing of it, because they had just got off. They had just got my little sister down. Everything was cool. I remember like it was yesterday. I was watching the finals, a finals game, or actually I think it was playoffs going into finals, one of them. And my daddy just came in the room, and he just like turned the TV off, and I was like, I was watching it, and he was like, "Are you pregnant?" I froze. I didn't know. I was like, I don't know. He was like, got like so hysterical. And as I said, like my dad's a real calm person, but of course he just found out his 15-year-old daughter may be pregnant. So he was just like hysterical. He was so mad. And he just went back to the room. And I remember his wife went and got the pregnancy test. It was like 1 o'clock in the morning. She stayed in the bathroom with me. She made me pee on it. And that is how I officially, boom, you are pregnant. Now you have to deal with this big mess that you just made. So I remember like the next day, my little sister texted me. She was like, "Daisha, dot, 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 dot." Like it was 20 dots. She was like, she just didn't know what to say. And I was just like, "Yes, sis, it's true." And then that's when I started to deal with the consequences of everybody just asking me questions. I'm having to answer to everybody. My dad and his wife literally got me to an OBGYN the very next day. Found out I was 4.5 months pregnant with a boy. I knew my very first appointment. And I thank God that I have a healthy baby, because, you know, I did all that stuff. I was hiding. I wasn't really having the proper pregnancy, and I still have a beautiful baby boy, so I'm so thankful to God for that. But I was just having to deal with the big mess that I had made as a 15-year-old. I was so scared. I was broken. I was devastated. As I mentioned, y'all, I was valedictorian of my class. I was so good at track. I probably could have went to college to run track, and I had literally saw my life flash before my eyes. It just seemed to be over. And to make the story a little worse, when I finally got back home and I saw my mom for the first time, and she finally took me back in with loving arms and everything, and my uncle and everybody accepted me back. Not even being back home for like 2 weeks, if that. And y'all, guess what I found out? My baby dad not only had me 7 months pregnant, but he had another girl 5 months pregnant. So yeah, not only am I about to be a teen mom, but it's to a guy that got another girl pregnant. Like, what? At that point, I just knew it was over. Like, nothing was ever going to be right. But you want to know how I got through it? God said otherwise. He had other plans for my life, and He began to shift me and change me and put people in my life and use my family to just push me to continue to be the person that I am supposed to be. So I remember I had to go on bed rest a month before Aiden was born. And then once he was born, I had to deal with all my classes and stuff like that. And I was in some pretty difficult classes. Being number one, I had to take like lots of AP classes and stuff like that. And so I was missing like biology and chemistry, the base of many courses I was going to need for college. But somehow after I had my baby, I still got, I want to say 5 A's and 2 B's the semester that I had him, which knocked me from number 1 to number 10. That really hurt my feelings because I was fighting for that number 1 spot. But the fact that I was still in the top 10, I fought for that spot, and I was like, when I had my child, I was like, this is not going to stop me. I am going to still stay in the top 10 of my class. So after my baby was born, I got him, and I basically just had to learn how to handle things differently. I started working like 30 hours a week at nighttime, and that was after going to school and just being honestly a single mom. I was learning how to adjust and how to take care of him, but also try to take care of me and still take care of business. Now, I definitely do stuff way different now than I did back then, but that's a part of growth, and I think that's a part of God's journey and where He wants me to go. So my family just kept pushing me and motivating me, and y'all, I still graduated at 7th of my class after having a baby at 15 years old. Now, no, that's not good, no, that's not something that's applauded, I guess, but I had to take my situation and I had to use it and still be the best me that I could. So God helped this little baby be my motivation to keep going and keep striving and keep pushing. I graduated at 7th in my class. I knew like that probably could get me somewhere. And so I started applying to colleges and stuff early, or early when I figured I was gonna be 7th. And I just knew I couldn't stay in Texarkana because there wasn't enough opportunity for me, and I didn't want a false statistic to what people already think of you. I just felt the need to follow God and continue to try to be the best me that I could. So I got accepted into a few schools, but the one that I chose was UCA, the University of Central Arkansas, because one, they had family housing on campus where I could bring my child, and two, they had like childcare and stuff like that. So it was going to be not necessarily easy, but it was going to give me the tools that I needed to get through college, or at least start college and figure things out for myself. And so when I got up there, y'all, it was the scariest thing in life. There's a quote that I'm still trying to go by: the best things in life are on the other side of fear. And so I was so afraid. I literally moved from Texarkana, Arkansas to Conway, Arkansas with no family. I didn't know exactly which of my friends were coming to UCA, so really I was alone. I didn't have a car. It was crazy, y'all. It was hard. And just going back after I finally graduated, I was like, how did I do that? And I had to God, like it was only God that brought me all the way through that situation. And at the time, I never realized the resources that were placed in my life, but He always led me in a way that was going to be beneficial for me. I can remember my mom, my aunt, they were all like, you can leave your baby with us, like we'll take care of him, you can go up there and get established and we'll send him. And I could never do it. I was just like, no, this is my baby, this is my seed, y'all didn't make him, I did, y'all, it's not y'all's responsibility, he's mine. So, and I knew that would keep me disciplined, I knew that would keep me grounded, and I knew He would give me a reason to continue to do well in my studies. So I brought my baby, y'all, when I first got to the UCA, I was paying like his daycare was like 1.5 miles from my house, and of course my house was like right on campus, and so I was paying $45 a week just to go 3 miles in the morning times. And then I had a friend, she would take me in the afternoons until we actually started going to this church, and y'all, it was the best church ever. They were such loving people. They just came into my life and really just helped me succeed. And so they started helping me pick them up in the morning times, pick them up in the mornings, dropping them off. And they would just, when I finally got a job, they started taking me to work and stuff until I got a car. And it was just, once again, if you trust in yourself and if you trust in God, then He is going to give you the resources that you need to continue to do well and just to continue to thrive. Although, you know, I had a baby, that wasn't the end of the world. I still got to come to college. I met so many new people, great friends. I got to join the best sorority known to mankind. If you can't like figure it out, you saw my wristband. So yeah, I got to do so much, and I'm steady growing as a phenomenal woman that God wants me to be. So I got to go to school. I got my bachelor's of science in biology, a minor in math, and I was able to maintain a 3.0 the whole time that I was there. My very first semester there in college, I got a 3.7. Like, I was determined out the gate. So I guess the whole story, the whole moral here is, if you fall down, you cannot stay there. You got to get back up, no matter how bad or how hard it looks or what it looks like that you don't have. Because when I moved here, I didn't have a car, I didn't have a job, I didn't know people, I didn't know how I was going to make it work, but I knew that I could make it work if I just trusted in myself and I trusted in God solely. After having a baby at 15, after thinking I ruined my life, God showed me that that was not all that He had for my life. He picked me up. I still finished at 7th of my class. I was able to take my precious little baby boy on with me, went to college, got so many new experiences, met new people, new friends. I pledged, I graduated. I actually got my degree after having a baby at the age of 15. So there is nothing that you cannot do. Like, period. Like, don't ever think there's nothing that you cannot do. So I really hope you guys got something out of this vlog. It was a little personal because I just want to open up and let everybody know, like, you know, everything is not always as it seems. Like, and you're not always going to have what you need. You're not going to always have, or what you think you need. You're not going to always, it's not always going to be crystal clear how to get there. But you just have to trust in yourself, believe in God, and baby girl, baby boy, go get it, go do it, period. Like, never quit, never give up, don't stop dreaming, always make goals for yourself. If you fall down, get back up. Like, if you fall down 9 times, get back up 10, like, period. Like, just do it, and you will be so proud of yourself. You will be happy. Remember to start your days with affirmation. Remember to always educate yourself. Remember to just do something that's going to make a positive impact on your life and make you just feel completely better about yourself and just shine like the star that you're meant to be. So if you guys like this video, let's give it a thumbs up. Don't forget to like, subscribe, comment, turn on that notification for future videos. Comment down below, let me know what else you guys want to see, what topics, what do you want me to do, what do you want to see from me. And your girl will be back with you shortly with future videos. Ew.